Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the What Say You podcast. I am Brian Quinn and with me is no one. No one. Because it's an intro. It's an intro to a live episode that we're releasing this week. The one that was recorded March 31st at the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. The one that Sal and I did immediately following the Fast and Furious Part 7 screening that we did. A highly successful screening. And it turned out to be a hell of a fun podcast as well. So I feel you guys are going to enjoy it. And it's always good to release a little live show every once in a while. So here we go. Next week we'll be back with a regular episode. We are going to get to Tokyo Drift. We're just going to pump the brakes a bit, something that Dom would never do himself. We're going to pump the brakes just a little bit and get to the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift in probably about a month. We just want to get back to a few regular episodes, but there is no way we would ever skip Tokyo Drift, of course. So please enjoy this live episode. We got a few cool things coming up. We have the Declan and Chris Lodondo are hard at work at the vinyl for the London shows that will be released very shortly. And this Saturday, April 18th at 3 p.m., Sal and I are doing the second live What Say You in the United States at Zany's Comedy Club in Nashville as part of the Wild West Comedy Festival. That's April 18th at 3 p.m. There are still tickets available. Ian Morris of The In-Betweeners will be there. Brian Maxwell of Tell 'em Steve Dave Infamy will be there. What else? What else have I got? Oh, and of course the Tenderloins are doing a show that Thursday night. The first show was sold out. The second show, I think there's like 50 tickets left. So come on down. We're going to have a good time. The Nashville Wild West Comedy Festival, we were there last year. It's a hoot. It's a hootenanny. So, head on. There's lots. Go look at the website. There's tons of comedians there, including the great Kevin Smith, the fantastic, I don't know, Hannibal Buress, I think, is going to be there, and he's fucking awesome. So anyway, okay, that's it. On with the show. This is it. Here is the live What Say You podcast with special guests. There are some special guests involved. I don't want to ruin it for you. I promise it's not Get 'em Steve Dave. All right, guys. See you next week. Did you guys see The Rock throwing around that lucky boy?
All right, let's see.
Oh, man. Did you see the muscles on The Rock as he just tossed around those guns, and those lucky guns got just manhandled by The Rock?
I was more concerned with getting diesel up in me. How you guys doing? Hey, how many of you were at the screening? How many of you were not? Wow. All right, spoiler alert.
All right, here we go.
You're about to get a 2-hour spoiler alert. No. Thank you guys for coming. We had a blast. For those who weren't there, you missed a great time.
I can't believe it.
We're happy to have you here. Yeah. We have a bunch of people that support us and work with us on the show here tonight. You might spot them in the crowd and other places.
A cavalcade? Would you say a cavalcade
Sure,
of stars?
I would say it.
Okay.
The way we start off every podcast, of course, is with Les Vinyl's F for Effort, the song.
Right. What Say You theme song?
The What Say You theme song. And so we thought it'd be fun tonight to have, is Jenny here too? To have Casey and Jenny, Casey, of course, from the writer on our show, and Jenny, who's also in the band, come up and play it live for you guys.
There you go. It's going to be sold out.
I'm assuming you all know the words, and if you do, I really want you to scream them and sing along, you know?
There he goes. Look at him.
Junior varsity. Only one guitar. I heard that Rome wasn't built in a day. Then how come everyone is rushing to get ahead? And if I seem to be reserved, that's just my way. Your questions seem like you're interrogating me. Yeah, I try. Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I'll get a D next time. I heard the lemon metaphor 4 million times. A bridge. That don't know why. And would a beverage stand be a job that'd be desired? And where would I get the wood, and should I try? Yeah, I try. Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a 65. Yeah, I try. Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I might as well just... I was laughing so hard. Sal was like messing up the lyrics a little bit in my ear. I couldn't laugh.
Yeah, good. Applause break.
Okay, here we go. I heard the currency don't grow like leaves on trees.
You're so dreamy.
Then how come money...
You are dreamy.
Then how come... I mean, I'm no rock, but... How come my money comes and goes so seasonally? And I wish farmers planted plants instead of thieves. My friend paid a ton of green for greener groceries. Yeah, she tries. Then again, she don't try. She gets an F for effort. She'll plant a tree next time. Yeah, I try. Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a 65. Yeah, I try. Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a D next time. Yeah, I try. Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I might as well just die. Thank you, guys.
Wow.
I just want to say, because of you guys, these guys putting that song on it, and you guys like buying the album on iTunes and Bandcamp, it has allowed us to record a whole other album, which is going to be coming out very soon. And it's really thanks to you guys. It really is thanks to your support. It's a little bit has to do with them, but a lot has to do with you. So a little bit of them and a lot with you guys. So thank you guys so much.
There we go, baby. All right. Now, some of you may be saying,
This is...
I know. Well, hold the mic if you want.
Just don't boss me.
I said
How does this work exactly?
Well, this is why you need to be boss, because you can't fucking work on my...
Okay, I got it.
Some of you are saying to yourselves, Quinn, where did you get that Fast 7 shirt and hat? Here's what happened. I started wearing them at the screening, and the Pat, where are you? Universal Pat. Oh, right there. That's the guy who set this all up for us. Ladies and gentlemen. He looks at me with a look of, I don't want to say disgust, but like concern. And he was like, you don't have to wear the Fast and Furious t-shirt and hat. And I said, I want to wear the Fast and the Furious hat. So here we are. I'm sweating my balls off, though, so I may have to take the hat off.
You guys like that movie? We were talking about downstairs. I think that it outdid 6, and 6 was tough to beat. That was unbelievable, and a lot of it was very unbelievable, in the best possible way. So right before we went in, I said, I'm to Q, and I'm like, we usually sit at my house on my living room floor and watch them.
Sometimes at the couch.
And I have
staring at the ceiling in defeat.
Here's the situation when we watch the first 6, all right? I still have a projection television in my living room, and it has all the old hookups. So he brought over the Blu-rays, but we can't attach the Blu-ray player to the old projection television.
And Blu-ray is not new technology. Like, it's been around. It's like almost out of technology. What is the word? I need all you guys.
Obsolete. Here. Obsolete.
That's not the word I'm looking for.
Okay, well, just don't boss me. Okay. So what we do is we go get my bedroom television and we carry it in together into the living room and we set it on the floor and then we go get the Xbox.
And the bedroom television is your new fancy television.
Yes, but it is an old television.
But it is an Insignia, which is the Best Buy store brand. But wait, open box store model, like the one that you see on the wall and then everybody presses the buttons and then they sell it for like $100. That sells new TV. And it flickers.
It works.
Like it goes dark to light, dark to light. So there we are. We do it in my house. And I have state-of-the-art technology, but I have cats.
It's not going to happen. TV works fine. I did buy it open box, and 4 years later, she's still with me. But we sit on the floor and watch it, and then we get a notepad each, and we get a pen, and we just have to keep notes because it's so fast and it's so furious.
Right.
And so just now, before we went in there, I'm like, "Do you have a pen and paper?" And he's like, "No." And then so we got him, and I gave it to him, and I gave him one. I was like, "All right, you got to keep track of this because later we need at least an outline of what to go." And then I'm in there for 2 hours, squinting my face off, writing on my knees. I have like a ton of notes, and we come out, and I'm like, that was rough. I was like just hoping I was like spelling it like, that I can understand it later. I'm like, "Where are yours?" He's like, "I just gave into the movie. I didn't do any of it."
I had popcorn. And have you ever tried to write notes and eat popcorn at the same time?
I never have actually.
It can't be done.
I didn't have popcorn.
Can't be done.
But we'll start at the top. I mean, first, just talk to you guys a little bit. Like, you guys, how many of you were already Fast and Furious fans? Like, do you guys? You are.
Right. Did we bring any of you to the series?
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
We brought some of you to it? That's terrific. Who's your favorite character? You don't know. It's dominant. It switches for me. It switches. It's okay. There's no right or wrong answer. I feel like you're gonna.
Say something. He said that we were too sleepy when we watched 5. Why? Because you like 5 and we didn't give it its due?
5 was the one with the safe. The interact through.
I mean, we're going to dive back into 5?
No. He's actually right. He's right because remember we were laying on pillows and we were laughing about it. We called attention to it. I turned to you. I'm like, we're laying down.
Look,
but it wasn't the movie. It was just like some of us have things going on. Yeah.
Some days I could barely get out of bed.
Yeah.
That was one of them. But I will tell you what, 5, it wore on me a little bit in a way that hadn't happened since 2.
Oh, my God. 2.
For a movie that introduced us to Roman, you would... It's Roman, bitches! For those of you that weren't in the movie, we had not sing-alongs, but we had like whenever Roman Reigns came. Reigns. I watched WrestleMania the other night. Oh shit! Sorry about that, everybody. You know what they say: when it rains, it pours. When Tyrese came on screen, everybody screamed. It's
Roman! Because in 6. Because in 6, he took his $11 million bounty or whatever his booty, whatever you want to call it.
Right. And he would call it booty.
Yeah, he called it booty. And he rented a jet plane and he had a decal put on that says it's Roman bitches. And then we were like, how much is a jet plane? We Googled it and it's like $1 trillion. So we figured out that he only rented the jet plane, but he was savvy enough to put the decal on to impress the ladies. And that's when I really started to like Roman, actually.
Yeah.
Because he was, I thought, and then this is all due respect. This is an honest forum here, okay? We love the movies, but in 2, he got on my goddamn nerves, Roman.
He was tough to take because he was stealing, has anybody not seen 2? You could admit it. Go ahead. Did anybody not see 2? You, lady. All right.
You
we'll
haven't
talk to
seen
you.
2? You might as well leave. You're not going to get this whole thing.
You're not gonna get this. Now, what happens in 2 is like they're in a serious spot and they're going undercover and they're with a drug. Was he a drug lord or
Whatever you want.
All right, he was a drug lord / techno genius / he had an accent and he had cigar cutters and Roman could not stop trying to steal cigar cutters.
Yeah, old habits die hard. They introduced Roman. Roman was he was the main character, so he had a lot to do.
Yeah.
I like Roman in doses.
Yeah.
You know?
As
You know
the comedic relief.
Yeah, and
Although he got some badass stuff to do today.
he's funny, yeah.
Because he went, this is the magic of Roman. He went from, you've seen it in the trailer if you haven't seen the movie, but they dropped the cars out of a plane, which is amazing. Like rather than, like they have vehicles that were built for land. Are you following me? And instead of driving them to the place that they had to be, which they could have just went there and waited for the people to show up, there was no logical reason for it. Whatever. They put parachutes on the cars.
But mind you, none of them have the skill set to drop out of a plane in a car.
You know what? You missed a Chris Morgan zinger.
Oh, what did I miss?
Because the parachutes were GPS enabled. All they had to do was get out of the plane, and the parachutes brought them to the spot.
I heard Letty say that,
Right,
and in the moment I recognized it as a Morgan gem. But still, if I was in the plane, I would not drive backwards out of the plane.
So you're like
they
Tyrese?
owned a luncheonette,
right? So they go out of the plane, and of course, am I jumping ahead?
My first note is
okay. I didn't take notes.
I'm looking at these notes. It's like hieroglyphics, but okay, wait. Take care of my brother in the hospital. That's one of the notes I wrote. Anybody know what the fuck that means?
Oh no, I do know what that is. That was the opening of the movie. That was so badass.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was Jason Statham.
Well, who?
Jason Statham?
Statham?
Yeah.
Because you kind of said like Statham.
No, Jason said
what?
His name was Shaw. Deckard Shaw. I made a quip during the movie, and I was like, more like Deckard Shaw. And only like 10% of you heard me, and I was like, I'll repeat it later.
It was such, and actually, before we even get into the movie, I do want to say that we were concerned when we were doing the podcast that Universal wasn't going to like what we were saying because we pulled no punches.
We take some pot shots.
Yeah.
But I think that's the fun of the movie. I think that's what people have come to love. I mean, they've actually latched onto it, and it's become, like I said, there's some of those action sequences we saw, but they're amazing, right? But it's just like, okay, that's crazy.
At this point, the only thing I want from movies, be they action movies or romance, pornography, all I want from them at this point in my life is something I've never seen before. Right. You know what I mean.
You want like a porn star's dick to go through 3 buildings?
That's what I want. At this point, that's what I need to just
but that's
get into it at all.
You better be careful.
Right.
You better back off. It's a dangerous path you're going down. Because you're going to need more and more every time.
The things I've seen a midget do with a unicorn is... And I don't think that they really exist.
Midgets?
Yeah. So... No, and Fast and Furious 7 was chock full of things I've never seen before and could never imagine in my own life.
That's true. It's Furious 7.
Chris Morgan.
No, it was so good. Give it up for Chris Morgan.
For those of you who don't know, Chris Morgan is a guy who's written all the movies from Tokyo Drift to now. I don't know if he really exists.
Chris Morgan, ladies and gentlemen. It'd be great if he was in the back secretly just getting shit-faced like, fuck yeah, Morgan!
I imagine he's so rich at this point, he just pisses on cop cars, right? He's like, I'm Chris Morgan. Like Tyrese's character is now based on Chris Morgan. He's got a plane that says, "It's Chris Morgan, bitches."
We want Chris Morgan to live the life that he writes. So like when he pisses on the cop car and they come and they're like, "What are you doing? We're about to cuff you." He'll just be like, I got immunity. So
Family. And then he runs off.
No, it's awesome. So I thought it was funny that Jason Statham turned to the hospital personnel and demanded they take care of his brother. Right? Isn't that what? And then
Well, that was their job.
Yeah, but I know, but I don't know why he needed to tell them that.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't have to go in there and blow everybody and kill everybody.
You also know Owen Shaw, the villain from 6, is still alive.
That's right.
Which is why I thought that Jason Statham was going to die in the end. He didn't. And that he would come and avenge his death, like he'd come out of like crippledom.
What do you think? Well, listen how foolish you look in front of all these people right now. You think that Chris Morgan doesn't have part 8 laid out already? Do you think that there's not a plan in place for the fucking Shaw brothers?
I don't know Chris Morgan, so I don't know.
He's 5 movies ahead of you right now. He's Fast and Furious in space. Like, he's got Dominic Toretto on the moon.
The Muppets take Fast and
That's
Furious.
it. Homeboy is rolling a J right now. Talking about Dominic driving the Mars rover.
Fast and Furious versus Jason.
Right. Like Ludacris is like, I put Nas on that moon rover.
Yeah, we notice that anytime they hit the Nas, it's like they've never heard of it or in their lives. It's like, I'm going to hit this button to go faster. And then when they go faster, they're like, what the fuck?
What a great cameo for Nas in this movie. What a great cameo, man.
That was when he was
the ramp at the end, when he hit the helicopter.
Oh, yeah.
When he killed the helicopter with a car?
Yes.
Nas.
That was it.
And we were concerned because in the first movie, in the first Fast and Furious, Nas is, for those of you who don't know, some mythical ingredient that you hit a button.
Half the people here thought you were talking about the rapper.
Right.
They're like, Nas pushed the car into the helicopter? I'm going to a matinee tomorrow.
Chris Morgan's in the back right now being like, wait a minute. No, it's like a turbo booster.
Is Nas a real product? We always debate it. It is?
It is.
Oh, I'm surprised. Like, I wonder how Nas sales have... Someone Google it. Have Nas sales gone up? They skyrocketed?
Yeah.
I mean, the whippersnapper would have bought Nas stock after the first one.
You didn't get... I guess we're going to jump all over, but you didn't get this, buddy, but... they had the cameo from Tokyo Drift that we didn't watch. I've seen Tokyo Drift. Sal hasn't. But they had the cameo from the guys in Tokyo Drift, which is Lil Bow Wow, who I think is just Bow Wow now.
That's who that was?
Yeah, that was it, right? Lil Bow Wow. Yeah.
That's who that was?
That's who that was.
When they went to Tokyo?
Yeah.
And he was talking to the white guy? That was Lil Bow Wow?
Lil Bow Wow. Lil Bow Wow.
He's related to, his parents are.
Big Bow Wow?
No.
And Mrs. Bow Wow?
No, Lil Jon and Lil Kim.
Oh. Lil Kim?
Yeah.
Lil Kim ain't pushed no kids out of that.
That's who Lil Bow Wow's parents are, Lil Jon and Lil Kim. And you know what else?
What?
When Lil Jon says something funny, his friends call him LOL
I'm
John.
sorry. You mean Little John from like Robin Hood lore?
No, I mean like, yeah.
All right.
Like, I mean like Lil Jon is, like... You know who that is?
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
Yeah. He was, all right, so they had the cast from Tokyo Drift make an appearance, which was great. But the thing about it is the guy who gave him that duffel bag in Tokyo Drift was a 19-year-old high school student. And they must have made that movie 40 years ago because he looks.
Oh, that's why I heard someone yell out, he's like a decade older.
That was me yelling that out.
You.
Yeah. Because I was like, holy fuck, his hairline's gone. His skin looks like he lives in a tanning booth. He just looks old.
Lil Bow Wow.
No, Lil Bow Wow looks eternal.
Oh, okay. The other guy.
What's the saying? Lil Bow Wow don't crack? Is that the saying?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I was sitting next
Where
to
are
my
we?
cousin Mike, wherever he is. He said the funniest thing He said the funniest thing to me, and I was like, oh my God. I couldn't yell it out because I wanted to save it for now, and I said, I will give you the credit for it. You know, in the beginning, there was a lot of booty in this movie. I mean, the booty was on overload. Please don't ever stop that. He's like, more like Fury ass.
That's a good one.
I was like, oh my God, that's the best thing I've heard.
There was, at one point, because Letty, if you saw the last one, lost all her memory. Sure. So to bring her memory back, he brings her to this race that they went to as kids. And there was a girl in it who ran the flags that made the cars race. Yeah.
Vaginal activity.
I mean, like, if you went into my internet searches, there she is.
You were like the girl from Fast and Furious 5 at the race that she's holding, and she's the girl that says the race. She's got the tattoos and everything like that, comma, sex tape.
That's right. And I forgot that I was in a movie theater, and she came on screen. And when we watch the movie, when we do these podcasts, like, we will hit pause and then talk through movies. And then when we hit on a topic that excites us, we'll be like, wait, and we'll hit play and we'll record. But so many times in the movie, it's just like, fucking hell. They really know how to dress these girls. So then that girl came out, and I went to talk to you as if we were in your living room. I was like, oh my God, Sal. And then I looked at and I was just on a row of women, and I was like, nobody's going to appreciate this. And I'm going to look like an asshole. So I just kept my stupid trap shut. But did you see her?
I did see her. I saw her and I thought of you. If that's not weird, I don't know what is. One of my favorite first things that happened was when Letty goes to grieve back at her headstone, which everyone thought was hers. She knew was not hers.
No, she didn't know. She had no memory.
No, but she knew she was alive.
Yeah, but
she didn't remember she wasn't alive.
But she didn't know that she was presumed dead. And where did the body come from that they buried in the grave?
Well, first of all, that poor body in there did not get its proper respect at all.
No, is that like a homeless dude?
But my point is that she then gets, in the last one, she's back into society, she's pardoned, they all go back. Why don't they correct the headstone? Like that, they just like leave up that fake headstone for that body that doesn't match, and we'll just leave it up. That I thought was funny.
So somebody's child is buried there, and Dominic, what the fuck happened?
Not a child, meaning like obviously if you're here, there's somebody's child.
I don't mean a baby is buried there. Oh, they're turning on us, Sal. And Dominic's like, I'm just gonna smash the gravestone. Homeboy always has a sledgehammer at the ready.
And tank tops.
Wow.
I have here, I missed the bullets, which is he didn't even miss the thrill, the action. He missed the bullets.
Well, you have to explain to everybody who didn't see the movie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got to remember.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Well, no, because they were going to go. Actually, the whole thing was, the impetus of this story was that Dominic Toretto wanted to avenge Hans's death. And that's why he's going after Jason Statham with this like vengeance. But then it was never mentioned. Even when they went to go like fight it.
I think things escalated seriously.
Yeah, and then it was like it wasn't about Han anymore.
Han got blown off, which is really, I thought, kind of racist. He's Asian.
So is that
right? So we knew karate.
Yeah, in the movie. So they all know that they have to go and fight more black ops people. And they know that they're going into probably one last ride, and it could be death and everything. And
ride or die, ride or die.
Instead of saying, like, I just wanted Brian to be like, I don't think I can do this one, because I have 2 kids and a wife, and I've done every one. You know, we've always succeeded, but like somebody's going to cut me a break, keep pulling me away from my family like this. But he's just like, I have to do this. It's family. Yeah, it really is. He's like, I got to leave my family to help my family. It's a real conundrum. It's a real pickle, but like I mean, like you know, like some of his family's blood, and some of them he hung out with a couple times.
Right. Like you're in trouble if Roman's your family. So then they cut to Jordana Brewster. Like what happens is they blow up 1327, which if you know the movies is their beloved house.
Yeah. Spoiler. I know, I'm
1327.
sorry. It's blown to smithereens.
1327 is blown.
No candles
blown
left.
up. So Jordana Brewster, who at least in the other movies got to sit there and be like, "You guys got 10 seconds," or like this, they're on to you. Like she got to do shit like this.
She came up big in 6, actually.
But now
she was like, she was big. Yeah, but
now she's
now she's actually. Who was that guy she stayed with that had that machine guns guarding his house?
I don't know. But Brian,
That was a Morgan classic right there.
that was a Morgan classic.
He was like, "Oh, they need a safe haven, Carlos."
All right, so they send Jordana Brewster to Costa somewhere, right? And she's standing there, and Brian goes with her, and am I saying this right, or am I just a stuttering prick? And it's hard to fucking get in the mind of Chris Morgan. So they send Jordana Brewster away, and at first Brian goes with them. And she's like, she's on the phone with Dominic. She's like, he set up an entire CIA ops here, and he's monitoring everything. And then it cuts to Brian, and he's got a single computer screen in front of him and a walkie-talkie. And I'm like, well, who's he talking to on the walkie-talkie? And that's a gateway from 2000.
He's literally like on Netscape Navigator.
Yeah.
And you hear like the dial-up sound going. He's like, "I got this."
So I don't know what's happening.
I have in my notes. It's almost incredulous because I underlined shit for emphasis in the dark. I was like, "Who is Mia staying with? Who is this guy?" And then I wrote, Mia sends him away again.
She's got to be cheating on him. I'm not sure those kids are Brian O'Connor's because, like, at every turn, she's like, "No, go. You missed the bullets. Go to the bullets."
He misses the getting missed by bullets. I don't know if that's badass, ignorant. I don't even know. Like, he misses the thrill of the almost,
Dying?
Dying, yeah. Like, what is he? I mean, that's like he's like you because it used to like race car like Nas used to be like the thrill for him.
Right.
Now he needs to get shot out by black ops,
Right.
and it's only going to get worse and worse, like your porn habit.
Right. I used to be so satisfied.
You're not going to be satisfied with your porn until you're being shot at by black ops. Why is Dom in charge of Giselle's eulogy?
Yeah, that is a good point because he met her twice.
He was the one speaking. He has a way with words, though.
Does
I
he?
love that he does. He's a very efficient speaker. He speaks in sound bites, and it's all you need, and he doesn't exert himself past that. A lot of times, I wish most people in my life would speak like Dom.
Did he have? Was he? Here's what happened. Han died in Japan in Tokyo Drift, and his body was in Japan, and Dom is like, "I'm going to Tokyo to bring Han back home." Do you know what it takes to get a body across? Like, you got to go sign paperwork. You think Dom's walking in with like a pen and being like, "Yeah, I'm here for Han's body." Like, doesn't Han have what? He's got a good point.
Seriously.
You know what? I'm going to stop talking because he's fucking right.
Seriously, bro.
They're like, "Do you have the right to take Han's body?" He's like, "Family." Sign
Like,
here,
so
Mr. Toretto.
you're his uncle. You're his cousin.
Family.
Are you an in-law?
Family.
Are you one of those things like
Family.
in like Brooklyn, Long Island, where you live next door to each other, so you're cousins?
Family. Ride or die. Ride or die.
I have some more notes, but we have some like friends here as well that we thought would be fun to bring up and just kind of join in on the conversation if and when they see fit. How about we bring up Mark and Ming and we have them flank us?
All right, let's bring up Mark and Ming.
So my
Ming
buddy,
Chen.
my buddy Ming and I got a buddy Mark.
You will know Ming Chen from Comic Book Men, and He's Asian, so he knows karate.
You guys all know. And this is my friend and hysterical comedian Mark Normand, everybody. If you don't know, now you know. You got to look him up. He's the best. Is that weird that I'm complimenting you like that right to your face?
No. It feels good.
Okay, good.
Now, you guys both saw the movie with us.
Oh, yeah.
We did.
Now, I had told Ming, I said before the movie started, what
Yes.
I'm going to need from you is a one-line review.
Yes.
And do you want to rap it, or do you just want to say it?
No. Yo, what's up? What's up, Gotham? What's up, everybody?
Ming, on Comic Book Men, recently, you got into a rap battle with...
Freaking DMC from Run DMC.
Oh, no. Oh, jeez.
And, I think I won, but...
Well...
But if I had to lose, at least I lost to the best.
You lost to the best.
Yes.
Do you want to
He's
give your... Who's not the best?
I love him, but he's not the best. Nobody thinks he's the best. You lost to the not best.
Or, here's my rap. I wonder if you know how they live in Tokyo. Fast and Furious. Drift. Yeah.
Wait,
That wasn't a review.
was that a real rap?
You don't know this about Ming?
It's in... Well, I'm a wannabe rapper.
That's what he
first of
does
all.
now.
No, I know that, but those words you just said,
Yes.
is that from...
It's from Tokyo Drift.
Oh, so you just sang a song that existed?
I did.
I thought you just freestyled. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, don't be that impressed with me.
What is your review of
All right,
Tokyo Drift? One line.
Listen, that movie, Furious 7,
Yeah.
is more ridiculous than an episode of my podcast, I Sell Comics.
All right.
But
Wow.
it's every bit as entertaining. And,
Wow.
like an episode of I Sell Comics,
Wait, what is this? You came up here and just started masturbating.
like an episode of I Sell Comics, it leaves you shaking your head, leaves your mouth agape, and it leaves you in tears at the end. So that's my review.
You turned this into a plug for
I know,
I Sell
pretty
Comics.
much.
You are no Richard Roper, my friend.
No, I am not. 2 thumbs up, but Tokyo Drift in the house, everybody.
Can I make the worst joke in the world?
Over it.
No, I can't do it.
Do it.
It's a horrible joke.
Come on. It can't be worse than Furious.
Oh, geez, Ming, I love you. You are no Richard Loper, my friend.
I deserve that.
He's my good friend. We always
I
do that.
deserve that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
He makes fun of me for being a spick and a guinea. I'm Italian and Spanish.
Ooh.
I can't say that about myself. People are like, he's Italian and Spanish.
You're a spinny.
That's offensive.
yeah.
Vinny, I get it.
Who was Kurt Russell?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I didn't understand. Like, well, who was he? I mean, besides Kate Hudson's dad, I didn't even...
I think that...
Captain Ron. Yeah.
I mean, the Kurt Russell served the same problem that, everybody does, where they're like, for some reason, everybody needs to get Dominic involved and his team. But his team are a bunch of mechanics.
Yeah, but they've evolved. They have evolved.
But where was the
Because
evolution?
What do you mean? All the experiences they've had battling and fighting and everything.
No.
You get, hey, I've been in one street fight. I'm not a fighter. If I've been in 100 street fights, I'm a better fighter.
Yeah, but this is the thing. You have to look at the Fast and Furious universe as a whole. Those are a week.
Just don't boss
here.
me.
It's like a week here and a week there. It's not like they're living this life all the time. They have downtime.
Right.
They take shits. Dominic Toretto.
He takes.
Wipes.
I bet you he takes.
Yeah.
I bet you he takes great shits.
Oh my God, they're listen, there's gold in them.
No, but
He took 6 shits before this movie. I enjoyed the movie, by the way. I just had to take that joke.
no, that was you saw the opening.
Yeah. I just want to say this about Kurt Russell. I feel like his agents went up to him you got to be in this movie, and he goes, "Is it going to be more ridiculous than Tango and Cash?" "Yes, I'll do it."
So, but really, who was he? I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was very rich. Was he?
No.
Was he a military guy?
He was.
I was
Black Ops.
writing in the dark. I didn't.
He was Black Ops, man.
Okay.
Why does this say N-word ops? Wait a minute. All right.
Can somebody please tweet N-word ops hashtag Furious7?
No!
Please.
Obviously not.
Then you'll be reviewing Soul Plane too. All right.
Wait, okay, so here's the thing. You know when Dominic and Jason Statham when they met under the alley or whatever,
There's an overpass.
when they crashed into each other,
Yeah.
they were like flying and racing each other. How
Well,
did
again,
Kurt
you gotta
Russell
set it up for people.
Oh,
right.
sorry about that. So Dominic Toretto is driving this car,
No,
right?
what happened was,
Vin
let me
Diesel.
set it up.
Okay, okay.
I'll serve it up for you.
Okay.
They're at Han's funeral.
Yes.
And Dom notices a car with tinted windows. Obviously suspect in Los Angeles. So he jumps behind the wheel of his supercar and tears ass after it. It turns out to be, of course, Jason Statham. And they screech together on their underpass and face each other and rev the engine and play a game of chicken. Here you go.
Okay, so they're gonna play a game of chicken. You know the game of chicken, right? You go until somebody bails, right? And you know they're both badasses, and neither of them bail. It is insane. They go at each other at 100 miles an hour, and they crash. And then they get out, and then I didn't even mean that to be humorous. They get out.
Yeah.
And they crack their necks. They're like, oh.
No, they're about to fight. I think Jason Statham pulls a gun on Dominic, and he's surprised, and he says, "Do you think this is going to be a street fight?" But then he's about to shoot him, and that's when Kurt Russell and an army of people show up. And so my note was, how did Kurt Russell know that the cars would go there? Because they were in a street race, and they just happened to end up there. And then these guys were, what do you call that? When you
Repelling. They were repelling.
Repelling, thank you. They were rappelling down, and they saved his life. I thought, how did they know? Did I miss that?
No, what?
What?
God's eye.
God's eye. No, they didn't have
They
God's
didn't
eye
have
running.
God.
Remember,
They were
didn't
trying to
have the
get
chip.
God's eye.
Nice try, asshole. Go fuck yourself. Try to make me look like an asshole.
I felt like it was a rare.
That's not the first time you
rare-
yelled at somebody for saying God's eye. All right.
More like God's brown eye.
These are mics I'm not used to. Usually I'm laying on a pillow. All right.
I thought it was a rare Chris Morgan misstep because normally, like when that happened in 6, in 6 it was the most improbable meeting of all time. Letty and Dom had a street race in the middle of London, and they ended up by Canary Wharf, and they were just standing there having a little love scene, you know. And out of nowhere pops a bad guy with a sniper rifle, and out of nowhere pops The Rock with a sniper rifle. And we paused the movie, and I turned to Sal. How the fuck did anybody know where they went?
Right.
And I embarrassed myself because when it came back, Chris Morgan wrote this line: "It's a good thing I put that tracking device in your car." This time,
Checkmate for Morgan.
yeah, as always. This time there was no line of that. I guess you just.
Does anyone that saw the movie have a theory? That's the same as the theory I asked for, yeah.
Can I say this? How come they do the chick? These guys have the best cars in the world. They're souped up. They got the NOS, the tires, the whatever chassis. Not one airbag in any of these fucking cars. Not one.
Bro, airbags are for pussies.
That's it.
What's your question? Sal, how much did it annoy you to not be able to pause it the entire movie?
It was challenging, but that's why I made sure I kept diligent notes. But that'd be so funny if we had a remote control, and I paused it, put the lights up, and I was like, guys.
That would be great. Can I jump ahead a little bit?
Yeah, do it.
Because I want to get our guests' opinion on this.
Yes.
The ending of the movie was a tribute to Paul Walker. They really worked it in a way that, honestly, I found myself near tears.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
It was really, really so well done and so emotionally touching to me
Oh.
No, I'm not playing it for laughs. Like, I was really like, at one point they started it, and then it just kept going. And then I realized what they were doing. They were saying goodbye to Paul Walker in a very classy, like, emotional way. And I found myself getting a little teared up and emotional. Did anybody else feel that way, or is that not? No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure.
Ming, yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not a crying man, but when he veered off in the car,
you look at me. I just got goosebumps from it.
Yeah.
It was such a beautiful shot where Paul Walker just him and Vin Diesel are racing down the road, and then he comes to an exit and he just takes off, and Paul Walker drives off an exit and off into the sunset. It was really, to me, it got me. Did it get you? You cynical fuck?
I was I was so choked. I got teared up twice tonight. Once during that scene, and when Ming rapped. So,
that happens a lot, my friend. That happens a lot. Don't feel bad.
but no, that was a great scene. It was really touching.
I got super choked up, but I'm not even kidding you. I teared up at a Pep Boys commercial last week. So I cry at the drop of a dime. I cry when things aren't even said. Yeah. I should look into it, but I think I am vocal about that. Maybe even on the podcast that I'm kind of sensitive like that. Like I can't watch Undercover Boss.
Oh yes.
And there was another show. I don't know why it went away, but like they moved the bus, and then the whole family had a new house.
Oh wow!
What was that? Some guy he had
move that bus.
Yeah, the guy he wore like a puka shell and had like frosty tips, and he made like family's dreams come true. What was that? What? Whoa, hold on.
Wait. That table of girls. No, what is it?
Extreme Makeover Home Edition. Oh my God.
Yes.
That was said. So I felt like people sitting around me would know that would look to me to see if I was crying. And so like I was like very like hyper aware, and I literally was like, and I was like, I was doing that thing where you blink to disperse the water in your eyes, so it doesn't well. And I got away without one like breaking the.
Really?
Yeah, falling. Yeah.
But the whole theater got quiet.
Yeah.
So I think everybody, I mean, they nailed it. They nailed such a good ending for him. I'm getting choked up now.
You know who's taking his place in the next one? The new
Dave Thomas found the Wendy's?
No, I was not going to do that.
Really?
I promise you I was not going to do that.
That's a waste.
I was going to say Corona. I was going to say Corona because Corona was like the seventh character. No,
it says Corona.
I'm up to Corona. Don't try to make me look like an asshole again.
That guy is after.
I admit it. I've been playing that game for a decade. If I was going to Dave Thomas, I would have admitted it.
Yeah, he's
like a man.
That. Although you did get me in a cheap fucking way the other day. He got me with a Dave Thomas. For those of you who don't know, we have a game that we play called Dave Thomas Found Their Wendy's, and the way it works is this. The way it works is this. I'm like, hey, Ming, you know who I saw on the street the other day?
Who'd you see, Brian?
The second they say who, you say Dave Thomas Found Their Wendy's. You get a point. The other day, Sal texts me. He's like, hey, I went to college in Staten Island, and I'm hosting a talent show, and one of your cousins is in it. And I went, who? And he went, Dave Thomas Found Their Wendy's. Yeah. I wrote back 2 words. Not impressed. I thought it was a cheap shot. That was no skill in all the battles that we fought over the years.
I'm surprised you're saying that. I feel like it was a textbook thing.
No. This is a great one. We went to a concert years and years ago. It was at where was that Jersey concert where the Beastie Boys were supposed to?
Jersey.
No, the Beastie Boys were supposed to play, and then he got sick, and
I don't. It's probably a festival.
It was whatever. We were at a festival in Jersey, and I start looking around like I'm pissed at someone, and I had just broken up with a girl at the time, right? No, it's fine. Trust me, that's the happy part of the story.
I almost just cried.
Right. And I'm looking around, and I got this angry look on my face. And I was doing it for like 2 minutes before Sal noticed. And he goes, what's the matter, brother? And I go, I can't believe she's here. I can't believe she brought him. You remember this? Yeah. And he starts looking around. He's like, and he got concerned. He's like, who, where? And I'm like, she's fucking here with Dave Thomas Found Their Wendy's.
Yes.
And he crumbled appropriately because that was badass. To me, like that's a setup and a fucking delivery that is not matched by being like, "Hey, your cousin's here."
I'll take what I can get.
You take what you can get. Well, right now we're even for the year. 1-1.
Yeah, that's right. 1-1. You guys, anybody here play it? Do you play it? You know, once you learn about it, you play it for life with whoever else knows about it. So it's a commitment. All right, Chris Morgan.
Does anybody have shots on their table right now? Because I feel like doing a shot with the audience, but you do. Okay, just 3 people. Well, hey, cheers, guys. Cheers to the first live What Say You in the United States of America.
Wow. Jeez.
Thank you for coming out, guys.
I'm going to refocus us here. So the parachute out of the planes, right?
Yeah.
So Tyrese had the idea to go in at the place that was the most guarded because that's where they'll be least expected. And the only way they can get to this summit of this mountain that was guarded,
Aside from driving,
is to drop their cars out of a plane, attach the cars to parachutes,
GPS parachutes.
click off the parachute when you're low enough to jump off, and then you're on the road. So they get there and they kind of intercept this. I guess he was a terrorist. A terrorist.
He was definitely a kidnapper because he kidnapped the hot hacker.
Okay,
Was she hot?
Wait,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers.
Okay, fair enough.
My grandfather used to say that. Not many people get it.
My grandmother used to be like, he could put his slippers under my bed. You heard that one? That was it. Oh, shoes. He could put his shoes under my bed. And I'd be like, Grandma, you fucking whore. You fucking racist whore.
My grandpa was like old school, like they are, right? And I used to I used to have a little bit of more of a flair for fashion. I used to wear more than sweats, believe it or not. And I would wear sometimes I would wear like a. They used to call me retro in college because I would wear like all these old suits and stuff.
Yeah, Sally
and I
retro.
would go to my grandpa's house. This is wrong, but he's old, and he would go, "Hey, only two types of people dress like that: gays and prize fighters. And you ain't no prize fighter." I feel like I have so many gay friends. I'm offended by this.
I love the slipper thing. Just the idea of a guy being like, "I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you right after I take off these slippers."
Like real Madman type shit.
Yeah.
You guys see James Murray in the audience over there from Impractical Jokers? Where is? He's right over there. Stand up, Murray. Get out. Wait.
There he is. By the way, when Roman fell out of the plane, he was acting just like Murray.
You do not sign a single T-shirt here tonight, you son of a bitch. He's doing this thing. Yeah, he brought his show up. He does this thing at the live shows now because we gave out the order. Do not let him sign What Say You shirts. He sneaks up behind them at the meet and greet and he signs it on the bottom of the shirt tail real quick. You're a real bastard. What?
No, nothing.
I'm sorry. I saw Murray and he was smiling.
It's totally cool.
I missed him and I haven't seen him in a week.
So Tyrese says. So Roman says, "Let's do this," right? So they drop out and they all do it except him. He's like, his parachute goes off and it's really actually really funny. And they're transporting. Okay, for those who didn't see it, there's this thing called God's Eye, and it's a software program that was built that could track anyone in the world at any time in like an hour. So you could understand the power that wields.
It uses the cameras on cell phones, lights. It connects every camera in the world with facial recognition software so that if I'm on the phone and they want to track Sal, they use my phone to see him. God's Eye.
Right.
Chris Morgan, ladies and gentlemen.
So
Chris Morgan.
So, which is cool. This is where I was lost. And if you understand it, raise your hand and tell me. I got a little lost because I was jotting notes. But the female, what was her name? She created it.
What was it?
Ramsey?
Ramsey?
Ramsey. Okay. Like the condom. So Ramsey created it, and then she took elements of it and separated them so it couldn't be used because it was illegal. It was something.
Dude, I don't know.
So then they kidnapped her so they can get the last piece so the terrorists could use God.
No, I thought it was because she was the only one that could block it. So just shoot her in the head.
No, they kidnapped her because they wanted to get that piece that she gave to her friend in Abu Dhabi that he sold to the prince that was at the top of the $1 billion penthouse that they went and crashed the party with. Are you with me?
All right, but let me ask you. But here's the thing that happened, and just because Ludacris, as we know, has an afro and puts a pick in it and owns a car shop in Miami. Yet his dream when he wins $11 million is to buy a car shop that people won't get ripped off in. But wait, he is also a tinkerer of sorts that can make Nas-infused harpoons. He's also the team's hacker. That's ludicrous. He had a life before it. That's an excellent point.
Actually, yeah, you shouldn't. All of that is moot. But
Oh, that's great.
Chris Morgan
No.
took care of it.
Chris Morgan took care of it all. But he is the team's hacker. So now Ramsey comes in, and she is a hacker of epic proportions, and she's regulated to standing behind Ludacris going, no!
Oh, right.
While Ludacris was doing all this shit.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I don't know. I know that I just was a little like, cause the plan that they could have never anticipated was that they would be driving off cliffs and then where did Jason Statham come from?
He was the brother of the guy.
No, I know what his role is. When they were chasing them up that mountain, and they were in the bus, and the awesome action sequence where Paul Walker runs up the bus.
Yeah,
and,
that was amazing.
Yeah.
It has to be said that the movie's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did he come from? God's eye. Thank you.
Well, there's this
Chris
awesome-
Morgan is in the audience tonight.
My favorite, the best part of that sequence for me is when, like 10 buses corner Dom, and he's in a car with Ramsey.
On a cliff.
And they're right at the edge of the cliff, and they surround them in a semicircle, and they all get out and they draw their guns, and it's curtains. And then and so he has no choice but to either get shot up or we don't know what. And then he's cool and collected, and he says to Ramsey, "Put your helmet on. Put on his helmet. Put on his helmet." Which really, I mean, what he was thinking was, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to drive full speed off of the mountain.
A sheer cliff, ladies and gentlemen.
Which is great because he's like, put on his helmet. Like, I mean, like he's like, if there's any chance at all that you'll live, put the helmet on. And he drives off the cliff. The car drives off the cliff, and it rolls and rolls. It shreds to pieces like they do. And then, we know that they're going to get out because we're rooting for them and they're the heroes. And they get out and everybody runs up to them. And then I think it was Brian who looks at her and he goes, "Did you hit your head?" The car rolled 500 times down a cliff. And he goes, "Oh my God, did you hit your head or something?"
What is that, a 0-degree angle? What is that?
She hit her head. The entire thing was her head being like, bang, 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 bang.
I got into a car accident driving to the Staten Island Mall about 12 years ago. I was driving a Honda Civic, and I ran a stop sign because I just wasn't paying attention. This was before cell phones, so I wasn't texting. I just wasn't paying attention. And I got hit by a van going maybe 10 miles per hour, and my neck for a week.
Your neck, your back.
My neck.
You crash your pussy and your crack.
I mean,
I had to do it.
I mean, my pussy hurt for a week. A week. Like, I was like walking around, and this was me in my prime. Like, the fat, fucking, bloated, pale toad you see before you right now. Rosie O'Donnell looking motherfucker you see before you right now.
Vaginal activity.
I mean, I was sopping up the vaginal. Back in the day, I looked good, and I was in my prime, and I had a sheath of muscle, and still I fell out of the car like, oh. Could you imagine going down a mountain? They basically fell off Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. A lot of times in the movie, the person in the wheel just makes a decision for the person who's not on the wheel, and I have a real problem with that.
Right.
If I was in the passenger seat, I'd be like, don't fucking drive through this building. Don't drive off this cliff.
At least let me turn airbag on.
Just flip that switch.
You bring up a fascinating point because they had guns on them, and they were like, we will let her go. We will let you live if you give her to us.
I got to be honest. I am no Toretto because in that situation, I'd be like, get the fuck out.
I'm like, bitch, you got to get out. You got to get out. But he doesn't.
She's a hacker. I'd be like, here's a life hack. Get the fuck out.
He smirks. He smiles. He is looking forward
That's great.
to driving off a mountain with a woman in the car next to him with nary but a seatbelt to protect him.
You're right. He shouldn't have been calm and collected there. I would have liked to see, because he doesn't know how it's going to end up.
Oh, he knows how it's going to end up because he prays to one God at night, and that God is Chris Morgan. The movie is fucking amazing.
The movie was, I'm not kidding. I've never, this was the record held for me by Fast Six. I've never seen a movie with that much action in it in my life.
No, never.
Ever.
Not bullshit action.
Never.
You want to get your mind blown? Go back and watch something that you thought had action in it. Go back and watch Commando.
Oh, yeah.
Commando's a piece of shit.
It was a viewing experience that I've never had before. The entire audience, and sure, it could have been because we all came together through the podcast to watch a movie together, and it could have been a communal thing and all the nuggalos and all that stuff. But man, it didn't feel like it. It felt like the movie was that fucking awesome.
I agree.
And there's a point where he drives a $7 million car through a party on the 85th floor in Abu Dhabi, through a window, and as he drives through the window towards another skyscraper, Jason Statham.
What?
Little
Bow Wow?
Jason Statham is shooting a missile rocker at
A missile launcher, yeah, like a missile.
It's a speech impediment. Listen, shoots a missile at him.
Shoots a bottle of Jameson at him.
Shoots a fucking missile at him. The missile misses him, hits the building. The $7 million car crashes into the second skyscraper in Abu Dhabi, veers out of control.
Brakes are gone.
The brakes are gone.
That's right.
Paul Walker's like, all right, stop. We're safe. And Vin Diesel's like, Vin Diesel saying there's no brakes.
I would have done that shit myself. Leave the jokes to me. I knew about the necklace. Brakes are gone.
Yeah.
Brakes are gone.
No more brakes.
So what does Vin Diesel do in this situation? Now, you guys didn't see the movies with us, right? What do you think Vin Diesel does in this situation? That's why you'll know Chris Morgan. Because I'll tell you what he does. He hits the gas. And as fast as he can, crashes out of the other side of the skyscraper into a third skyscraper.
I promise you this, like there was like 20 action sequences, but like 5 or 6 of them were like the likes of which you've never seen. And I know they survive, but they do such a good job at the suspense of it that when they were going through through the skyscrapers, I'm literally like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I hope it all works out. Imagine like the car like slams into the side, it falls down, and like the credits start rolling. I'm like, but they had me.
Yeah.
Had me.
What do you got on your notes there? Well, we're ripping through your notes.
Yeah. Well, they go to the Middle East because this is the part we're talking about with the skyscrapers, because the one piece that will let the God's Eye software function was purchased by a sheik or a prince, And that they have to retrieve it, and it's in the penthouse of a building that's 100 stories high. And he's throwing apparently the best party in the. He's a billionaire.
He's a literal billionaire.
A billionaire's party. So they go
He's
there.
got girls covered in gold paint, dancing.
Furious.
But aside from that, not a great party. They had T-Pain on the records. And it was I checked the credits. Yeah. And I guess that's a get. But
Did it say as himself?
It's a party DJ.
Oh, party DJ
T-Pain, yeah.
Not T-Pain as himself. Okay.
No, then I wouldn't have known it was him. But yeah, and then the gold dancer, but that's about it.
Yeah, you're right.
No, but that was like a high stock. That was a high class party. Though.
All right, I mean, it was nice place. I didn't see any hors d'oeuvres.
They were past hors d'oeuvres.
All right.
No, but when they first got to the Middle East, this is what I thought was peculiar. Was the first shot of them, they're all lounging they're in linens and lounging on beach chairs, taking the sun, discussing what they should do next.
Well, no, they weren't discussing what they should do next. They were discussing how hot Ramsey was.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Ramsey comes out. You guys remember the old James Bond movie where Ursula
Andress?
I
think so. Yes.
Comes out of the water in that white bikini and and then they recreated it years later with Daniel Craig coming out of water in a bikini. Yes. They had that scene with the hot hacker coming out. And, of course, Tyrese Roman and Tej start arguing over who's going to get her. Like we're not in modern times and women are, They
don't have a choice.
Right.
Yeah.
Although they were in Abu Dhabi. They were in Abu Dhabi.
It wasn't like that. That was competition between friends because they were both smitten.
Yeah, but she has a choice.
Not in the Middle East, she doesn't.
You're right about that. You're right about that.
But that's I actually like too because it does show you that's the equivalent to them taking a shit, right?
Yeah.
It shows the downtime. It can't just be all blah, 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 blah. And you were they do other things and they got there and they kind of took a moment, which
but think of the plane ride because when we fly a lot, we do a lot of these, the 10 lines we go on tour and, the downtime is amazing because it'll be the four of us sitting on a plane and sometimes coach is the only way to fly because it's $500 cheaper than first class and we are not first class guys. So we'll cram our asses in coach and we will sit there and he'll fart. I was pointing to Murray. Murray will fart. You'll fall asleep and drool. I'll try and read a book and get sick. I would love to see the Fast and Furious version of that plane ride where Letty's trying to sleep on him. Dom's you're giving me a cramp, man, and shit like that. You know what I mean?
A lot of quips, yeah.
Quips?
Yeah, there's a lot of quips. They do a lot of quips.
You think they quip even in their downtime?
I think they quip. Yeah, you don't just quip. You don't just quip when you're revved up. You quip when you're also when you're revved down. You said on the last podcast. I don't know if you guys heard it, but Sal made a commitment to quipping. Oh yeah.
Can we get a quip update from you right now?
I haven't quipped yet, but I will quip before the night is over. Look out! Quip could be coming right at you.
In high school they called me Brian Quip.
No, is that true?
No, it's not true.
So Brian and Dom get up to the top of the penthouse, and the chip is in this $7 million car that goes 0 to 60 in 3 seconds.
Yes.
Oh no, it wasn't $7 million. It was a ridiculous amount, but there's only 7 in the world.
No, it was a multi-million-dollar car.
3.4. I watched the movie. Yes, 3.4.
Ming Chen, good with numbers. Good with numbers.
And then, so Brian has to go under with a little flashlight to disengage or take the. And so instead of using a jack, Dom just lifts the car up. He literally lifts the car. It's amazing. I did not want anything else from Dom at that moment. I was fulfilled, but that's hard to do.
Everybody who didn't see the movie with us tonight, do you hear what the fuck Sal just said? Dom lifted a car so that Paul Walker could slide underneath it and get a piece from underneath it. And Paul Walker made a joke while he was doing it.
You get if someone's holding a car up for you to get a microchip that can control the world, you get in and you get out.
The engine of
You
the
did
car
not joke. You did not joke.
is at the front of the car. The heaviest part of the car is in the front. Dom lifted it.
But what I liked about it was it seemed like that was the plan because he's like, "You ready?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "All right." And then I was like, "They planned that." Like he was like they were like, "What are we gonna do?" We get up there, and he's like, "I'll just lift the car, and you get to go in there and get it."
There is no way that scene was not written just after Chris Morgan did a line of coke off a stripper's ass. There is no fucking way. Because that is the only thing. What's happening?
Okay.
Shit.
I got it.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Chris Morgan's here.
What do I have here? You tell me what to make of these notes.
All right. We got to go into like a speed round.
Oh, okay. So the ending crescendos in LA, and they say, look, these guys are going to come after us because we got the chip now, and they can find us because of God's eye, and our best chances are being on familiar territory, and we're all from LA, so we'll bring it full circle. We're going to go to our hometown. We know the streets, we know the people, and we'll let us chase them there to give ourselves a leg up. I paid attention. I paid attention like a mofo. So the thing there is then a full-on war ensues because these people come at them with all the technology of black ops and choppers and all that stuff, and they chase them through the streets, and it is maybe like an insane, amazing action sequence, maybe 20 minutes long. Now, here is where I noted a discrepancy. In the first handful of movies, 5 minutes or less into an illegal street race, there is 100 cop cars on their ass.
Right.
There wasn't a single cop car through 20 minutes of pure warfare in LA at that moment.
Good call.
No one. They were left alone.
No, there
Right.
was. There was. You missed it.
No, there wasn't.
You was. You missed it. You missed another crackerjack Chris Morgan moment because cop cars showed up, and Tyrese of all people goes, "They ain't equipped to handle this."
That's right. And the cop car got blown up.
And the cop car got blown up.
Yeah, but what about not every...
Do you hear what Tyrese said? Professionally trained officers of the law are not equipped for it. Tyrese, who doesn't have a job,
He doesn't
and
need one. He's
Ludacris, who
11
owns a shop, and a hacker we just met 10 minutes ago, they're the ones that
But
handle
how does
it.
that keep all LA's police at bay? Just because Tyrese said that to himself.
Chris Morgan.
I was telling you downstairs, the genius of the movie, especially like this, is there's like 9 characters. So at any given moment, there's 9 separate individual action sequences happening at the same time, building their own tensions.
Right.
So like if you have normally like one character or 2 characters in a movie, the scene you're in is the scene you're in. And when that like 5 minutes is up and that explosion, all this happened. But this is like, and they did it in 6 where it's like there's 9 things going on at one time. And it's like insanely intense and overwhelming. So that is actually like a complete shout out. Cause I was like, holy fuck. Like I know everyone's going to be okay. And I'm literally watching. I'm like, oh my God. Tish.
We can agree. We have about 10 minutes left, so I want to do something here. We can all agree that the movie has to be seen in theaters, and that's not a plug for Universal, who told us to say whatever. Universal was literally like, whatever the fuck you guys want to say. The class they have shown, the freedom they gave us has been amazing. I am only saying I don't know how it's going to hold up on home video. You have to see this movie in theaters. It's unbelievable. You're going to see stuff you've never seen. What I want to do, if you will indulge me, let's talk about Fast and Furious 8.
Oh.
Let's go forward a little bit and let's imagine, or let's put ourselves in Chris Morgan's shoes and try and come up with a good Fast and Furious 8. Obviously, Paul Walker, God rest his soul, has been written out of the series in an appropriate way. So you have the core team plus possible newcomers. Han's dead. So maybe Ming, you come in as a new Asian.
Yeah. We need some more Asians in this in the series.
wrap your way into America's hearts.
Where do you guys? Let's go down the line. Where do you see Fast and the Furious 8 going?
Oh, geez, I didn't. That's a good question. I would have.
Did you ever imagine yourself fielding that question?
No.
I called him a couple days ago, like, you should join. This will be great.
Yeah.
And here you are answering the fate of the series.
Yeah, I guess so.
You're right. Chris Morgan's like, I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
I've written the last I can't do anymore.
Yeah.
We gotta turn it to the What Say You crew to write Fast 8.
Well, he's
or
obviously
Furious 8.
He's jumped the shark in every scene of the movie, so he's got to do something crazy. So it's either space, it's either underwater,
Right.
or gay Vin Diesel. He's got to go gay. What else could there be?
There is a theory that someone said that he was bisexual.
He's driving the head float in the gay parade. You know, I don't know.
That would be a twist.
But
and I would see it.
The movie's going gay. I mean, that fucking scene where The Rock breaks the cast with his muscle. Holy shit!
Talk about The Rock.
Oh my
We
god!
didn't even get to Hobbs. He kills it.
That was hot.
Hobbs stole every scene Hobbs was in. He stole.
Oh yeah, with that Gatling gun on the street. That was amazing.
That was.
He is the. How did he know about the bag of grenades? How did he know that was a
He
bag of
knew. He
grenades?
saw
He
it.
just knew. He just like, I'll shoot that bag. Yeah, that'll do it.
The aim to shoot. Spoiler: the end of the movie.
Big spoiler.
Somehow Dom goes to kill a helicopter with his car. Nas makes an appearance. It was fucking incredible. He uses the Nas to propel him to the motorcycle. The helicopter pilot goes to the left. He misses. Somehow he puts his hand out the window and hooks a bag of grenades onto the helicopter. Somehow The Rock sees it, nonchalantly shoots the grenades. Helicopter blows up. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So you think gay Vin Diesel in a parade?
That's the only thing left.
Sal, give me your Fast 8.
I thought that that Dom and Letty were going to have a kid in this one because of the importance of family. It would be terrific if 8 was a rom-com.
Yeah.
They all settle, like Dom and Letty settle down, have a couple of kids, right?
The fast pacifier. He was in that.
And it's just it's a straight up rom-com. I think that would that'd be unbelievable.
It'd blow everybody's mind.
Yeah.
Ming Chen, where do you see Fast 8 going?
Listen, we saw a tasty little Bow Wow.
Yeah.
In this one, I would like to see him come back as a villain.
Oh.
And where they have to face off against Little Bow Wow.
Really?
Yes. He brings the Hulk car back from Tokyo Drift.
Wow.
And it's just a grand face-off. Little Bow Wow back in the spotlight.
I think they're going to need Statham to join. That's most likely it.
Yeah.
He's the Hannibal Lecter. We need his brain or his skills, so
Right.
he's going to join the
He's
crew.
part of
And
the
the
family.
the unmitigated gall
Yeah.
on Deckard Shaw to be in 36 feet of steel and locked in his hands to be like, do you think this is going to keep me out?
Right.
I want to give them a little behind the scenes action, guys. Downstairs, we were talking about the movies, and often before podcasts, we say we got to stop talking because we want to save it for the podcast. Sal downstairs with no irony and not trying to be funny in any way, shape, or form, just talking to his friend, used the term unmitigated gall. And I said,
like you do.
And I said, would you please save that shit for the stage? Stop talking to me. Go to another part of the fucking bar right now because you're dropping bon mots like unmitigated gall on me, and I don't want to hear it till we're on stage.
Unmitigated gall is one of my favorite two words combined. Yeah, I love unmitigated gall. Forget about it. Huge fan.
Oh, yeah.
I put them together, and it's like I could just say unmitigated gall all day.
All right.
Let's say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Unmitigated gall.
See how fun it is? I told you.
Yeah.
Where's Casey? You got your guitar? Bring it up.
Okay, you guys want to hear Hotel California or Stairway to Heaven?
What I want you to do, buddy, is slowly play the theme song like an acoustic, but without singing because you fucked it all up. Just play that. Casey, do you have a Fast 8 storyline you want to share?
What'd you say?
Do you have a Fast and Furious 8 storyline you want to share with us?
Oh, it's storyline?
Yeah.
It's slow.
It's like
Slow and tempered eight.
Okay. You want to just start strumming while we give our thank yous and
Sure. Am I gonna sing eventually, or should I just strum?
I say, why not? You
Strum
can
and-
close us out.
Well, we'll do like a crowdsourced thing.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what that
Like
means.
Kickstarter, you know?
Okay.
Do you have anything that you want to just say or plug or anything like that? Why not, right? Anything at all? You have Seriously.
Let me think. JV podcast. What?
Casey and Joe and Burge host the JV podcast of What Say You?
Les Vinyl album coming out very soon. We're just finishing it. Thank you. It's going to be called Sick Fade. We already have the album art and everything. We're finalizing that. I want to maybe go back. I want to maybe go back on the podcast and talk about that a little bit more with you guys soon.
Sure.
That'd be fun. And again, thank you guys for all that.
Mark?
Yeah, Marco.
Anything they should know?
Yeah, what's the website?
I don't know. Do we have a website? lesvinyl.com.
Unbelievable.
I'm messing it up, Mark.
Oh, you're doing great, buddy.
Lesvinyl.bandcamp.com. Also on iTunes. Whatever's easiest.
Isn't he adorable, ladies? Isn't he adorable?
Adorable.
Look at that head of hair.
Yeah, you can check me out on unmitigatedgall.net and Can we just talk about how Vin Diesel wore a button down on the beach, but a wife beater at his wedding? All right. Sorry. It's the last thing I'll say. That's a spoiler alert. Check my website. I'm doing spots all over the city all the time at marknormancomedy.com, and check out my podcast, Tuesdays with Stories. We gotta have you guys on. All right, thank you.
Excellent podcast.
And thanks for letting me be a part of this.
Jen, you already plugged I Sell Comics, but you have any...
I did Comic Book Men Season 5.
That's right.
Season 5. Returning October 2015.
And we've worked out a storyline to get me back on Comic Book Men
We've
this
worked out
season.
many, but yeah.
Yeah,
you
we
will
got
see-
a lot, so I'll hopefully be
You will
back
see
this
BQ
season.
back.
Yeah. There we go. There he goes. The soft strumming that means that this episode of What Say You has come to an end. I know.
I had so much fun. The movie was amazing. This was amazing. Thank you guys. One more time, thank you to Pat and Universal.
Pat, unbelievable. I tried to get Pat on the mic, but he said in no uncertain terms, I am not getting on that fucking mic.
Thank you to our friends who helped put this together and who helped us, and Jay and everybody, and Dex
Dexter,
and
yeah.
Chris Lodondo. Give it up for Chris.
Lozano.
And our buddy Tom, who was dressed up as Nugget for the entire movie.
And
I don't want to forget anyone, but thank you guys so much. I mean, it's a group effort to put this together. We're really happy to be able to do stuff like this. It takes the podcast and our listeners and that kind of thing to a whole nother level. So just the fact that you guys came out on a Tuesday night at 11:30 at night, and thank you to Gotham for hosting us on short notice.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. We're going to do more of it, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you guys.
It really is.
I legit love you guys.
It really is. I want to say something. I think Sal will agree. Like the I hate cats security. We have a pretty good gig going with Impractical Jokers, and it is based on the shoulders of fans and whatnot. It's side projects like this that kind of keep us sane in a way.
Yeah.
And they really we don't do this for money. We do this just to connect with you guys. And I honestly got to say, like, there is no connection like this one. Like you guys came out to support us. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Usually you thank
We
people.
say it. The podcast audience is like next level.
Yeah,
And,
it's really like
you guys take like hours to listen to every stupid thing we have to say.
doesn't feel like work.
There's a real connection, and we feel that.
Yeah, it feels like we're hanging out. We're doing this for fun. The fact that you guys showed up means so much to me, and it means a lot to me, and I appreciate every one of you guys showing up tonight. So thank you guys very much, and give yourselves a round of applause, because honestly, it's not like anything else. Like, we wouldn't do this if it wasn't for you guys. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys very much. It really means a lot to me. Thank you so much.
You want to sing something?
Here we go.
Was that who said that? You tried to make me look like an asshole before. You totally redeemed yourself. Okay, so if you guys don't know, at the end of an episode, we like to dial a random number and pray that someone picks up, and then just see what happens. So I'm gonna block my number, and then because I forget sometimes, and that woman reported me to the Better Business Bureau.
Wait.
We're
Wait.
let's do
Can I say something first?
Go ahead, Nugget.
Not enough innocent people died in this movie. So many cops lived. Nugget not happy. Nugget has put poison gas into this room. Goodbye, assholes.
Nugget. So they're out of LA in the movie, so let's call LA. It's what's that, 818-213? What is that? Anyone know?
818, yeah, 310-818-213, they all work.
All right.
I feel like Ludacris on 818-213. 505, my hoes and 818. All right, so let's do it.
Put those other numbers in. Put those other area codes in.
All right, I'm gonna just dial. Hopefully someone picks up. Here we go.
No one ever picks up. Don't worry about it.
This is the time.
Hey, if someone hits you, shut the fuck up. It's ringing. That's a good sign. I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. It's 10 o'clock. It's still a good sign. Okay, what the fuck?
I already see which way this one's going.
Try one more number.
I'll try another number. I'll try one more.
I don't know why you people are getting excited. It's not going through. We've done 54 shows and it's gone through twice. You think at fucking midnight it's going through?
I miss in the 90s. In the 90s, they'd like give you like a little. They'd tell you a little jingle. They'd be like, "Do the number you've called is not in service."
They still do that.
They still do it.
Yeah, which is why the ringing was a good sign, because sometimes right away you don't hear a ring and then it's just that beep.
But in the 90s, they did it with like a slang or something.
Okay, if you love the 90s so much, why don't you just marry it?
It's not legal yet.
You just got Hard Knocks out.
Hey, Casey, go fuck yourself. Diamond BQ. Diamond BQ.
Please hang up and try your call again later.
Thank you guys so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. This has been What Say You podcast. This is the first What Say You in the United States. Thank you guys so much for coming. Love you guys very, very much. Get home safe. Thank you, Ming. Thank you guys. Get home safe.
Family.
Let's, guys, one more for the road. One more. It's Roman, bitch, for the road, please. 1, 2, 3.
It's Roman, bitch.
Have a good night, everybody. Get home safe. Thank you so much.
Family.
I heard that Rome wasn't built in a day. Then how come everyone is rushing to get ahead? And if I seem to be reserved, that's just my way. Your questions seem like you're interrogating me. Yeah, I try. Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a D next time. Okay. Here we go. I heard the lemon metaphor 4 million times. And I don't stand for lemonade, don't ask me why. And would a beverage stand be a job that be desired? And where would I get the wood, and should I try? Should I try? Then again I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a 65. Yeah, I try, yeah. Then again I don't try. I get an F for effort. I might as well just I heard the currency don't grow like leaves on trees. Then how come my money comes and goes so seasonally? And I wish farmers planted plants instead of thieves. My friend pays a ton of green for greener groceries. Yeah, she tries. Then again, she don't try. She gets an F for effort. She'll plant a tree next time. Yeah, she tries. Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a D next time. Yeah, I try. Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a 65. Yeah,